Thanks for stopping in, beauties. I wanted to share with you this quick little semi-homemade breakfast idea that I made with some jumbo biscuits. I wanted cinnamon rolls, and of course, I didn't have any, so instead of homemade, I went ahead and put just the basics of what you normally would use: brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, and then I added some pumpkin puree, and I had apple butter, so I used that as well because why not, with all of those feel-good autumn warm spices. It just kind of made it a little better in my opinion. And then of course the maple syrup just to blend it all together. And I then just took my biscuits and I rolled them out. No rhyme or reason, just whatever shape, honestly, however big you want it. I wasn't really trying to do the most. I was just trying to hurry up, so I just rolled it out a little bit, taking some melted butter. And yes, I am melting it in the same pan that I'm going to bake it in, because why not? I'm going to need butter in that pan anyways. Might as well kill some birds and don't dirty up another dish. And that's really it. Brushed each one of them, and then I put a little bit of my filling. Of course, less is more. It is going to spill out some, but the messier the better, right? There's really no wrong way to make a cinnamon roll. It's all about your preference and what you like. And if you want to put more filling and have it a mess, then that is your prerogative, and I fully support that. Now with these, I just rolled them like you normally would, and then I kind of rolled them in the opposite direction just to make sure that they didn't open up. And then I did not have any kind of way of putting them in there. I just threw them in there however they fit, and then added my cream. Now, I did not have heavy cream. I had coffee creamer, and I used it, and guess what? It worked all the same. So when in doubt, be resourceful and use what you got. This, I just set my oven to the temp for the biscuits, which was 350, but did keep in mind that you're adding all of these things, so you do want to cook it longer than the instructions. So total, I made about 20 to 25 minutes is what I baked it for. And while it's in the oven, of course, I went ahead and I started on my glaze. Now, I'm not a fan of powdered sugar. It just has a weird taste sometimes to me. So if you know what I mean, give me a comment, because I feel like it's like flour, where you have to kind of cook down the flour to get that taste out. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I'm very particular. So I only made just enough to coat the biscuits, and I pulled them when they still had a little longer to cook. So I wanted to add this so that they could still bake in the oven and then get all nice and gooey, and the powdered sugar glaze had the opportunity to get nice and warm and hot and kind of cook out that weird powdered sugar taste that I am not a fan of. And that is really all. I did double check these just to see if they were cooking and how well they were feeling. Like I said, no particular way that I did anything. It was just all my preference, and cooking should be about your preference. There's literally no wrong or right. Sometimes it is what it is, and it usually ends up being really good. So after I added my glaze, I put these babies back in the oven, like I said, about 5 to 10 minutes. You just want to make sure that that middle biscuit gets cooked all the way, because it will be raw, just because, they're kind of close. They're hugging tight in there. You want to make sure that they get fully cooked. And they came out amazing. You could see the glaze created a nice little crust on top. It did not change the consistency. It didn't burn them or anything like that. As long as you're checking, make sure you're setting your timers. And, if you're like me, you got like 50 alarms on your phone just for your reminders. But other than that, these were great. They were a hit. Everybody loved them. They taste really, really spiced, like a warm apple pumpkin pie, if you will. It was really good. Definitely would try this again. Or honestly, I would even make homemade cinnamon rolls and use that apple butter, because I don't know why I never thought of that before. I've always loved apple butter. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching, coming and joining me on this yummy breakfast idea. And as always, stay high like the butterflies. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.